Hello, welcome back to the Unemployment Chronicles, where today we are going to be talking about the new biggest news in unemployment. What's that, you ask? Well, in breaking news, Adin Ross is upset. That's not new news. That's not new. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In breaking news, Adin Ross is upset about Kai Cenat. Dang it, that's not a good take. That's not new either. What? So basically, Adin Ross is upset about Kai Cenat not talking to him anymore. Now, this is a subject that has already been tackled by Adin many times. Adin has already come out and has said that Kai don't talk to him no more. They don't hang out anymore. And I'm just here to give you my 2 cents on it. And as always, y'all leave your thoughts down in the comments. But here is what I think about this. Quite honestly, I was looking at DDG's video on it, and I'm not gonna piggyback off of much that he said, but there was one thing he said that really stood out to me, and then there's other points too. But he said competition is getting a little heavy in streaming, and to that degree, like, yeah, competition is a heavy thing now. Like, people used to collab back in the day, and it used to be on one platform, or it used to be on one person's channel, used to be on one, like, you know what I'm saying? They used to be on one accord. Like how DYK used to stream together, and they would all have, like, I wouldn't say equally as many views as each other, but all the views would be like split up in some sort of way. I'm pretty sure Kai was pulling in more of the viewers than Rage and Bruce, but I think that's when things started to become a little more competitive. Is when streamers started to realize that doing these group streams and stuff together um, was not boosting their personal numbers. So everybody start to isolate from each other. It's no more family. It's no more community. We're trying to eat. Like, I'm trying to feed my people, and I understand that completely from that standpoint. Now, Adin Ross, no matter how you want to slander him, no matter what you want to put on him, he has been one of the biggest streamers for years. Like, when the genre started to blow up, because streaming's not new, of course, but when the genre started to blow up around quarantine time, Adin was one of the bigger ones. He would do collab streams with Kai. He would put on Zeus and Belu. He would have Blueface on his streams. He would have people like that on his streams very regularly, and he kind of molded the way that people do their streams. In a way, I want to say that. So there's credit to him in a lot of the things that we see in streaming now. However, it gets to a point where people want to grow and push past the kind of like the like I want to say the past of what the relationships once were, because Adin and Kai collabed pretty frequently, um, like quarantine time, and then moving to 2023, and then that 2023 is kind of when Kai started to divert in his own direction and get a little bigger. But I mean, there's one real reason for that, and it's people grow and people change. You know what I'm saying? People change. People are not going to stay the same all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be development in somebody's life, especially knowing how young Kai was hanging out with Adin. Like, dude was about 18, 19 years old hanging out with Adin Ross. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, obviously, like, there's gonna be a growth difference between you're 19 years old about 2020 and you're 23 now. So, hate it or not, there's gonna be some growth there. Um, and I say growth because Adin back in the day, Adin's dynamic was more of like sus jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like, sus jokes and music. Like, it was pretty simple back then. Now He's kind of like, I don't want to put like, I'm not gonna put him with Drake, but he's kind of shifting into a Drake dynamic where the streams are gambling, the streams are drinking, the streams are smoking, the streams are things that are, I mean, like things that you probably wouldn't want to have in your image. You know what I'm saying? And Kai, I'm not speaking for the man. I'm not saying that he don't drink. I'm not saying that he don't smoke. I'm not saying that. But I will say, as for his platform and what content he puts out, that's not the content he puts out anymore. He doesn't put out that type of stuff. He had a few streams not that long ago, like he smoked for the first time, drunk for the first time, it's type of stuff like that. However, I mean, we don't see that much stuff anymore. I mean, and if we do see it on his streams, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, he's grown, so he can do what he want to do. But Kai is not the type of streamer to just show that on stream. So, I mean, Adin can be bitter as he wants to, but the content that Adin puts out is never going to align with what Kai puts out, because he drinks on stream, gambling, just all things like that. And Kai don't do any of that. Kai's not willing to throw his life away gambling huge figures for content. It's not. No, you got to be smart about the way that you move. So we all know this about Kai. Kai is meticulous. Kai is going Kai is gonna be methodical about a situation before he go into it, and he not stupid. As we seen when he got caught up with the, now he was stupid at that point where he did get caught with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Got caught with a girl that wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Message for everybody. Use protection, but use protection. Stay away from crazy girls. But I mean, this dude had all the receipts, all the messages, everything. So this is a smart dude. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and say that he didn't go to college for a while and then drop out. Like, this is a smart dude. This is a dude that's not stupid. So like like I was saying, like his dynamic is more shifted towards kids and that nature. And I would want to say Adin at this point caters to more so adults in that aspect. So I mean, the dynamics wouldn't clash. Just like, I want to say, just like how people grew out of Too Hype, and that's a weird point to put up, but people, I want to say people grew out of Too Hype, not just the drama, but we all grew out of Too Hype because we were kids watching Too Hype. Like, Too Hype was a great group, but the content was, it was it was like, to your neural system, it's kind of like mush. You know what I'm saying? Because they made great content, but it was the same stuff. Like, they would do the cooking stuff, they would do the indoor challenges, they would do the outdoor challenges. Um, they would do the Among Us with the 100 Thieves. Like, it was the same stuff. Like, and then people just, okay, I like Cash Nasty. I'm gonna stay subscribed to him, but I gotta move on. Like, listen. I like Jesser. But I mean, I came to a point where, I mean, I like Jesser and Jidel and all them, but I came to a point where it was like, I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I respect them, but I gotta move on. Like, there's other content I like to watch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it really just, it's how you incorporate your time into streaming is how you're going to be viewed. And he incorporates his time, Aiden, into gambling and drinking and stuff like that, and thinks somebody is gonna want to be put with him. I mean, that's Kai doesn't have that image, and he has one to uphold, being the biggest streamer right now. So, I mean, in one hand, it's competition, in the other hand, it's image, and then all of it mixed together is ego. Realistically, let's be honest, streamers have egos now. When they weren't as big as they were before, you know what I'm saying? People wouldn't flex their muscle. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? When streamers get a little bigger, I mean, they do it, but To me, a lot of streamers don't seem authentic with their approaches, just simply because they've gotten so big that they don't really have to. Somebody gonna tip $1 for them to be noticed, and it's gonna go off, and they gonna say your name, but they like, thanks for the gift of subs. Anyways, back to my stream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's not been a lot of people acknowledging their fan bases as much as they did before because they're bigger. That could also be a reason, but because their ego is much bigger along with the bigger fan base. So it's like, unless you donate realistically out your body like $25 or $30, you probably are not going to get a lot of acknowledgement, which is why I rock with streamers like Dante, which is why I rock with streamers, and Kai still does it too, which is why I rock with streamers like Kai and Dante. But it's just more of an ego driven thing in streaming now that it I don't think it allows people to collaborate the way they did before, simply because images have to be upheld, and there's people push after the past. We have seen Senna and Agent collab, and we've seen them now. They go like at certain events they'll meet each other, like they're not like on stream as much. Who knows, they might talk off stream, that's their business. But at what we see on stream, it's Senna and Emily now. The dynamic has changed. Um, not because there's anything that's happened between Senna and Agent, but because that's an old dynamic. Senna kept getting shipped with Agent and didn't appreciate that, so she moved on, started doing the girl sleepover streams, and that's helping her a lot more. Agent is, I mean, the Senna thing had its time, but he's moved on. He's streaming with Emily, and that dynamic is working a little more. People like that a little more. Me personally, I like Senna and Agents content a little more than I like Emily and Agents, but that's besides the point. The past is the past. People are starting to move on a lot quicker from collaborations and not doing more than one with streaming because it's just that it's a transitioning. Streaming is a transitioning thing. Streaming in 2020 compared to now, it's very different things. You're gonna see very different stuff. Like, streams aren't as crazy as they were before because people aren't trying to get noticed anymore. Now, some people at the bottom are doing them, but streams are not as crazy because people are as big as they can be, and they're not going to try to push anything crazy. They're not going to spend anything out their budget to keep things creative, like Agent was talking about during Streamer University. People are not going to budget and spend that type of money on stuff realistically. They're not going to come out of their own pockets to make something creative, and no one's trying to push the creation or the creativity of streaming as much because they don't want to take a risk, and they're already in their own lane and they're competing with other people. So I'm not going to take a risk. Instead, I'm just going to stay on the path I've been staying, and that's where everything lines out. So in conclusion, I mean, Aiden can be as bitter as he wants, but the reality of it is that people have grown up. Kai has grown up. Um, and you just gotta kind of just, I don't, you kind of gotta rock out in your own lane. I mean, maybe dynamic shift for you means going back to streaming with Kai. Maybe that's what it means. Maybe it means moving on from Kai. Maybe it means, okay, at this point I'm not getting recognized by this guy that I put on. Let me just, at this point, like, there's nothing much I could do. Let me just outcompete him and make better content. I that's where we're at because there's no such thing as free lunch. Not anymore. Not in streaming, not in the real world. Everybody got to earn their keep. And at some point, we all going to have our own. But right now, big dog eat little dog. It's a moving motive. And once that big dog eats that little dog, things go on. The world continues to spin. Things are continuing to be put in process. Inventions are still being made. Other dogs are still being born at this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the hatches have to stay buried. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's how I feel about it. Leave how you feel about it in the comments below if you see this. And thanks for tuning in with me. You know what I'm saying? I like doing these commentary videos. I don't know if I want to do more, but I had a blast doing some of the ones that I've done before, edited and unedited. We're gonna kind of tether with this one, see if edits are needed, but I don't truly think so. Y'all did like the Corey Kenshin one that I did, and I didn't put any edits on it, so I kind of want to start talking about stuff that's going on in the current day. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you mess with this content form because I like doing commentary because I have a lot to speak about. I'm a yapper, but y'all have a good one. You know what I'm saying? Stay tight, stay blessed, um, and do your thing, man. If anybody hasn't told you, do your thing. You are one of one. You are one person, and you will never be replicated. So as you have your legacy on Earth, do what you have to do to make yourself stand out from other people. It doesn't even have to be ego. It's just you just feel like you're you are the top. Like you feel like you at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like you sometimes you gotta push your own limits to be as big as you think you can be. So just you know, if anybody hasn't told you today, keep going. You one of one. You almost there. A breakthrough is about to come for you. Just stay on your grind. Just stay grinding. Peace.